and welcome back to Minecraft All the Mods 10. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see I have a model for a zombie piglin. One came through the portal, and I decided to go ahead and start a model for it. I don't know why it didn't take the one off when I killed it, but that... Hello, Enderman. Let's... Okay, never mind. Anyway, distraction aside, we're over in the colony because the builder's hut here has leveled up to level 2. Yay. Which means other things can start to level up to level 2. Let's... There we go. Now that we're not being distracted by the Enderman again. Where was I? Right. Level 2. Other things can level up to level 2. I obviously don't have a whole lot, but we do have a guard now. I did get one of those guys going, because I saw him. Let's get the... Ooh, framed cobblestone. Framed cobblestone. Framed cobblestone. We're going to need some of that. And a square cobblestone pillar. Those are mostly 8s, with that one being 12. Alright, we're going to set upgrade, because that will make the guard more effective and allow him to use better gear. Because right now he's running around with stone swords and a set of leather legs that I found. So, not the most effective guard in the world. Other than that, I'm going to mostly let that go in the background. But, beyond that, we need to start getting ready to face the Ender Dragon. Because we need the scales if we are going to ever have any hope of making that Aldermodium seed grow. Because we need the magical soil. Now, fortunately, I have looked it up, and the Ender Dragon is guaranteed to drop 8 scales, of which we need 4 for the soil, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Something else I discovered is that the loot fabricator... Oh, here, I used the Enderman model to get a bunch more Ender Pearls, because we were pretty much out. And I discovered that the Enderman model, or the Enderman loot, can drop the what is it called? The little crystal things, the end crystals. So that means that respawning the dragon won't be terribly hard. However, big however, we are going to have a lot of work before we're going to face the Ender Dragon. So, we're going to start it off today. Obviously, I could upgrade the jetpack, and I will before we're done. But I want to get into a mod we haven't used yet. Pneumatic. And you might be like, why are you getting into Pneumatic for fighting the dragon? Well, because, yes, I could use traditional tactics, kill the Ender Dragon. It's not super difficult. But I figure this is a good reason to get some upgrades. We need a minigun. Because ultimately, I don't want to just kill the dragon. I want to, like, waffle stomp the dragon. So, as you can see, I've been growing this farm here, too. I don't really know why, but I just kind of felt like it was appropriate. Okay. So I'm gonna start getting some stuff prepped. I'm gonna get the those framed cobblestone and such over to the builder so that the guard hut can get upgraded, and then we will come back and we will start in on Pneumatic with whatever little bits and bobs we have. We'll be right back. Alright, we are back. As you can see, or not because it was on the thing there, we have a few items that we've already picked up. Ooh, armor-piercing minigun ammo. Okay, cool. That's going to be useful. We've picked up a few things. Compressed iron is definitely one of the big things we're going to need. We're going to need these pressure tubes. The pneumatic cylinders are useful. That'll be a good thing. So ultimately, what we need first is a pressure chamber, which we will need two of the interfaces, which is just made with the walls, a valve, which is, well, again, a pipe and a wall. So mostly the walls, which are made from these reinforced bricks, which are made from reinforced stone, which is made from one compressed iron ingot surrounded yada yada yada. Okay. So, let's see. That would make 4 of that. So I need to use 8. So that's a single ingot. Alright. And some was it regular stone? I don't know. Reinforced stone. Yeah, that's regular stone. Okay, that's not too bad. We can do it. Alright, let's get a little bit of stone. Let's get a little bit more stone. Let's put you away. We're going to put these away. Let's grab like 2 stacks. 2 stacks ought to do. I shouldn't need more than that. Now, if we weren't lucky enough to have found some compressed iron, we would have to do some trickery with TNT. But since we have some, I think we have enough to get started. So what else are we going to need here? We are going to need one of the things to put pressure in it, which is an air compressor, which is more of those bricks, a furnace, and a pressure tube. Alright, so let's get the chamber built, because I think I might have enough to pull this off, since I already have some of the tubes, and that, like, 11 of that iron. Yeah, this might work. I always enjoy being able to do it where I don't have to do the TNT trick to get started. Basically, it's drop a bunch of iron in a TNT explosion, and some of it will survive as compressed iron, which honestly sucks. It's a really bad way to be doing it. I am just waiting for the sun to go down so I can sleep and get back to it, because I do not like the mobs over there. Because occasionally the mobs have been spawning and trying to kill the colonists. Even though the megatorch is down, they range far enough that there are mobs that survive the whole mess and go after them. Come on, what is with this? And I'm a little hesitant to put down another megatorch because I'm not entirely certain that that chamber is inside a megatorch range, because I've got the one in the basement, but I assumed it was, but I'm not so sure anymore. Alright, there we go. Let's grab that stone. Or at least some of that stone. Alright, so we're going to need some stone and some compressed iron. Alright. I am not sure how much of this I'm going to need. That makes 8. Let me do... Okay, I guess I'll do that much since it clicked a whole bunch of times. Alright, now... I believe it was just that. Oh, look, the guardhouse got finished. Excellent. All right, so we've got I've got 16. I know that's not going to be enough. Let's grab a 32. I should go over and look at the guardhouse. We're going to look at the guardhouse really quick before we get started on our pressure chamber. Zoom. Oh, it's a zoom over here. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, for the most part, all it ended up needing was those, specific crafted, like the stone and the pillars and stuff, and then the buttons. It needed 10 buttons. And you are trapped up there. Let's get you down in a way that doesn't hurt you. That is the problem, is sometimes the builder will trap himself. But that's what that recall worker button is for. So there we go. I want to take a quick look. Is there building statistics? No. Yeah, unfortunately, it won't show me what he can actually use, but I think he could use an iron sword now. I'll focus on that later, though. We're gonna get the tavern here upgrading, so it's a level 2. That is going to need some paper stuff. We'll get back to that in a bit, because I'm not doing that just yet. He can get a certain amount of waste before that becomes an issue. All right, back to Pneumatic craft, because that is what we're trying to do. All right, so there are a few things we're going to need. We only need the smallest of chambers. I'm going to come down here just because it's going to take more than a 3 height. I think I can shove it. I kind of wanted to be able to expand that way with that, but this is all kind of occupied. I don't want to put it in that. We're putting it over here. We're going to put it just a little out. Do I want to recess it? No, I don't really want to recess it. All right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't like it when it does that. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to go... You know what? I'm going to hold off there because we need to get some of the other bits built. All right, so we are going to need a valve, just one, like so. Boom, pressure chamber valve. We are going to need 2 interfaces, for which we will need a hopper. Interface. Beautiful. And I'm going to want pressure chamber glass. This is just more a me thing, although I do recommend it. All right, that should be all we need. Now, the reason I didn't do this afterwards is because there is a weird, like, you have to do this in a certain way. Oh no, it did it that way. Hang on. You vandal. Yes, yes. All right. So if I do that, all right, so that is that way. Okay. Because those always do a weird facing thing, and it can be a problem. All right. You go like that. There we go. You're fine. This is basically the glasses here, so I can see what is in it at the time. And I can see when it finishes. So this should be enough to finish off that. Balanced crafting system. Balanced. All right. So we have that. We are going to need the air compressor, which I had all the bits for. Beautiful. We're going to stick you... let's see how many pipes we have. Tube. Tube. Alright, we have 6. This is, this is going to determine how far away from the thing we can get. And which way do I want to... I think I kind of want to come this side with it. Right there. I think that... There we go. That is how far we're going to go. See, now, as soon as this is all set up, we'll be able to have as much of the compressed iron as we need. This is mostly just me being a bit of a pain to get started. I want 2 of these guys. Actually, alright, exporting crafted. Wait a minute. It changed these around. Hang on a second. Information. No, I don't want you exporting items. I want you importing items. Come back here, you. There we go. Okay. I don't know why it was done like that, but alright. There we are. Excellent. So what I should be able to do here is stick that guy there. I think I need some other solution for this side, though. That's fine. We can figure that out. You are going to need some fuel. Now, the thing is... Do I have charcoal? I do. Can charcoal become tiny charcoal? It can. So what I'm going to do is take that, because for the most part, we want to run this on as small of fuel as possible. And the tiny charcoal is probably our best solution here. Because if it gets above the pressure it can handle, it'll explode somewhere. Might be the machine, it might be more likely one of the tubes. We do not have any of the setup currently to regulate this. So we're having to regulate it manually at the moment. So once this gets up to a decent pressure, I will come back and we will compress some iron just as a example. We'll be right back. Alright, we are back. We have built up a little bit of pressure. I had to go make some more tiny charcoal because it burnt through everything I had and hadn't quite gotten up there yet. It's okay amount of pressure. We're about to 3. We don't want to go above 5, obviously. But everything we do is going to use a little bit of pressure. So I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I think I can... can I just sort of be like, give me 8? I cannot put it in directly, so I have to feed it in this way. There we go. Oh, and it did it already. I cannot pull you out directly. So I have to have some sort of item transfer, which I believe item conduit. Wait, item. Item conduit should do nicely. Do I have a chest? Well, I can make a chest. Oh, dang it, I did not. There we go. Alright. Chest. Done. We can pop you down. Alright. You know what? I'm going to put you above. Like that. Because it'll be slightly easier to do this. You go insert. You... always active. There we go. And that is 8 more compressed iron. Just like that. As long as we keep enough pressure in without going over, we can just feed in anything that requires this as a recipe, which is most of the basic stuff. So, ultimately, we have 2 items we are looking to make. One is the minigun. Right there. Bang. That's a little complex. We'll get to that in a bit. The other, I'm going to, because I haven't been able to spot it just kind of with my elf eyes. See, no. We need the charger. That is not how you spell charger. Aha, there you are. The charging station. Fairly easy. Reinforced stone slab is going to be the hardest part in all this mess. And that's it. That's it. Brick, pressure tube. We're going to need to make some pressure tube, though, so let's go ahead and do that. Hey, look, there's 8 more pressure tubes. Just like that. We didn't even touch the stuff we just compressed yet, because there was still some in here. We need that stone. The stone slabs, so we're going to need some of you. And we're going to turn some of you into slabs. Do that. And then we're going to need some brick, so we need clay. Do I have clay in here? I do. I just need 3, which is an unusual amount, but that's okay. Alright, so let's go cook that into brick. Shouldn't take but a moment as soon as we get there. There you are. Bam, just like that. Clay. Oh, I should be able to make the station right here and then go down. Charging station. You. Do it. There we go. This will allow us... Oh, I had bricks in there? Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Whatever. Not a big deal. Alright, so this runs off the exact same pressure as the rest of everything. So we're going to put it on top of the charging station and use one of our new tubes. Oop, nope, that was not where that was supposed to go. Oh, I guess I broke my other pick. I should do something about that. Well, that wasted a bit of the old energy there, so let's do like 16. I think that'll bring us up without putting us over. Okay, so what next? We need minigun. Minigun is right here. That is not what I clicked. There we go. Alright, so we need a chest of some sort, copper, a lever. None of those are difficult. Compressed iron ingot, we already have those. Our difficult parts are going to be air canister and cannon barrel. Air canister, not hard. We have all the stuff to do that now. Cannon barrel, reinforced brick wall. Okay, that actually isn't too hard either. Surprisingly. We did need to go through this whole process just so we didn't burn through all of our compressed iron and not have an easy way to make more. But can you do that? You can turn back into the... I swear this thing where it thinks I'm double clicking and stuff is getting really bloody annoying. Alright, so I need 6 of you. You are not going to be enough. But I think there were a couple left, so... Alright, we're going to do that. Let's see if we've got enough to do this way. Yes. A cannon barrel, excellent. We need an air canister, excellent. Are you not... Oh, I'm going to want some extra of those. Alright, let's see. A chest of some sort. We can do a lever. We just said we needed a chest, so let's go ahead and do that. I swear this thing... I'm going to have to figure something out. I don't know what that is, but alright. There we go, minigun. Alright, say hello to my little friend. In you go. Now, this thing can handle up to 20, so we might want to do some upgrades on our system before we head out. But, air canister array. Ooh. You will hold 10 bars. You hold 10 bars. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to pull that out for the moment. It has a little bit of charge. Insert in a charging station to install upgrades. Ooh, upgrades. Can we see what those upgrades are? Alright, we have upgrades. So let's see. Armor. Charging. Nope. Let's see. Dispenser. No. Okay. Minigun. That is one that could be on the minigun. Let's see. Minigun. Entity tracker. No. Well, maybe. Just trying to see if there's anything actually useful that can go in the minigun. Item life upgrade. Interesting. Muffler. I don't care about muffler. Or at least I don't at the moment. It might be a thing that I care about later. Okay, so I'm not really range upgrade. Okay, that one we might want. Speed? I mean, the speed upgrade might be useful in the compressor. There is a minigun speed upgrade. I don't know about that because I know that there is a delay in how often a mob can be damaged, so... Volume. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at range. So let's see. What in the world? Alright, so that's... Oh, that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all. What is up with these upgrade matrix? Oh, okay, I can make a whole bunch from a little bit of lapis. Yeah, it's not worth doing. Not when I could just get more lapis. Alright, so we are back up to that. We're looking good there. We are going to want to be able to get this up to its 20 bar. So that means we are going to want some better of this whole setup. Basically, the whole setup needs to be upgraded. We don't necessarily have time to do that now, but we can take a quick little sneaky peeky at it. You can handle another 16. Let's see. So that is the advanced stuff. Advanced tube can handle 20. What are you doing? That was not at all. Alright, so this requires the assembly controller. This requires a whole bunch of machines to do. I am not certain I really want to get into that. I don't know. What does the advanced air compressor... Oh, it takes one of those. So it's gonna need it anyway. Max safe pressure, 20 bars. Well, we could get into all of this. We're gonna need the programs. Oh, this is like the. I don't want to quite say it's the end game, but it's pretty darn close to the end game. So there's the laser, the drill-in laser. Those are both going to need. What do you block a compressed iron? Yeah, that's the Amadron, which is, yeah, a whole mess of stuff. The Amadron tablet. That's just plastic, and we can get the plastic from industrial foregoing. Aircam GPS tool. And again, doesn't... Yeah, see, now having the industrial foregoing in this pack does mean we can skip a bunch of steps. So that is good at least. Right. I'm going to plot this out. We are pretty much done for the episode, but we got the minigun. We already have some ammo for it. Let me just take a look at what the ammo types here. Armor piercing, explosive, freezing, incendiary, just regular minigun ammo, which we're going to want to make some of. But as you can see, that's not difficult. And the weighted minigun. What is the weighted? Does more damage than normal, short range, at a faster rate. Okay. Regular minigun ammo, no special properties. It can be with a potion. So, yeah, there we go. That's pretty much gonna do it for this episode. We got started on Pneumatic. We'll see if how far we're gonna advance it next episode. But for now, that is gonna do it. That's gonna do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.